Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I am with Chris. What's up, Chris?
How pissed are you?
We'll find out in a second. You'll find out in a second. What's up, Sally?
What's up?
All right, so
I want you to know, before you start, I want you to know, I got home from work today. I saw this trailer, and immediately I was like, oh, I can't wait to hear what Joe has to say. I can't wait.
Yeah, so it's nice to know that Peter Parker doesn't have spider sense and his best friend can get shot in the neck while he's brushing his teeth without any warning or any sense of danger. It's also nice that you go to a place where you really have no buildings to web swing and you have to get suits made up like James Bond where you're flying or gliding everywhere. And Aunt May is totally okay with you being Spider-Man, even though her husband died from being killed by a burglar that he tried to be the hero and stop, but yet your aunt is completely okay with you defending the world every single day. So much, in fact, that she wants you to speak out on the stage for kids and whatever. Yeah. And I guess Michelle is Mary Jane or MJ, so that's interesting, I guess. Yeah, and then we got, I guess, Spider-Man Noir or different suits because they kind of changed his theme music to be like maybe James Bond meets Agent Cody Banks meets Saved by the Bell. I guess appropriate title would have been Spider-Man 1%. But then something happened, Chris, in the trailer that shifted my mood. And here's the thing. Not a lot of people know that I'm a huge Mysterio fan. And I've been dying for Mysterio to appear in a movie. And seeing him on the screen, especially in the air with the fishbowl helmet, I absolutely loved seeing that because I'm a nut when it comes to Mysterio. So I'm kind of like, this is the weirdest feeling ever that I'm kind of torn. Like, where most of the warning signs are like super angry, pissed off. But then when it comes to seeing the way they did the villain that I love, I know that he's tricking everybody. I know it's a bullshit con. Like, he's the hero, he's Mysterio, here it is. It's all bullshit, he's the villain of the movie. I know that. Which makes it that much more enjoyable that he totally schools Spider-Man in a sense that the kid doesn't even know. I don't know, Chris. I'm kind of... The weird thing about this movie is I like it better than Homecoming, the trailer. But there's this continuing nonsense that, like, you give me something I've always wanted, which is Mysterio in a movie. But is that enough for me to love this movie when my favorite character, my favorite superhero, Spider-Man, is not done right? Like, this is a weird thing. And I gotta say, I'm kind of not happy that Spider-Man's not being done right. Like, he has spider sense. Like, I think, and this is a collaboration with Marvel, where Marvel thinks that the spider sense is a nuisance because They could never do cool scenes like having Nick Fury sneak up on him. Like, so you just forget for the movie that he has spider sense. So it's cool. Like, they're doing something that's not Spider-Man. And we're getting a thing where he doesn't want to be Spider-Man. And I'm just kind of, I don't understand what's happening. Like, you gave us a movie that probably shouldn't have been in Europe. Like, that you didn't have to have a movie about it, but yet you gave us Mysterio. So it's like, I don't know what to think. What do you think, Chris?
Well, I definitely agree with you. I liked this trailer more than pretty much any of Homecoming's trailers. I think this one was, it got to the point quicker than the other ones. I felt like the other ones kind of took a bit to get to, what they were trying to say. I really like the new Spider-Man suit, the one that he's gliding in on. I'm not so much of a fan of the gliding, because to me, that suit looks a little, like, it functions a little too much like a wingsuit. However, I will take the wingsuit over the parachute any day of the week.
Yes.
If I see a parachute in this movie coming out of a Spider-Man suit, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Yeah, I know.
I really am. I never want to see Spider-Man with a parachute ever again. Right. I know that's a nitpick, but it's like Superman with a jetpack. It's all wrong.
Right.
So I like this suit. I think the red and the black looks cool. I like the noir suit kind of thing. I know it's a stealth suit, but it's modeled after the noir suit.
Yeah.
I think Mysterio looks cool. I definitely do. And I agree with you. And a lot of people have already figured this out, that he's causing these things. They're basically just illusions or something. He's making it look like he's stopping them, yada, yada, yada. But I got to tell you, though, I see the roots of Homecoming just growing around this movie. Because as soon as he started talking to whoever that person is, whether she's MJ or not,
she's MJ.
I'm just going to say she's some kind of anomaly.
No, she's... Okay, here's the thing.
I know.
I'm gonna say why she's Mary Jane. Like, this whole thing about the multiple universe theories is really catching on. People love it.
Yeah.
And being that I've been playing Spider-Man so much that my eyes feel like they're gonna bleed, this for PS4.
Yeah.
In that universe, Mary Jane is Lois Lane.
Basically.
Like, I'm sorry. She's Lois Lane. Like, she's Lois Lane. Okay? And so it's not too much of a copy. Like, he's not besides he's not taking pictures in that universe. He's, like, basically working for the police. Like, this is way after, I guess, Daily Bugle. So, but she's like Lois Lane. And I had a hard time with it at first, the game. Because I'm like, why are you copying? Why you got to be like Lois Lane? She doesn't look like Mary Jane. She doesn't sound like Mary Jane. She don't act like Mary Jane. She doesn't do what Mary Jane does. She's completely another universe version of Mary Jane. But then I like her after a while.
Well, but you know what the difference is between her and this other character, though, is that I can look at that character in the game and be like, yeah, she kind of looks like Mary Jane to me. She's got the red hair,
Right.
She kind of has some. This other one, though, is a completely foreign character.
Yeah, she's not Mary Jane. But
she's like Mary Jane in name only, and she's not even Mary Jane. Her name is like Michelle or whatever.
Well, you know what it is? In this universe, they did the race swap because they wanted diversity.
Yeah, of course.
So people that are white or black, people that are black or Spanish, people that are Spanish or Asian, they just did like a thing with... And to me, it's like... They're like, well, is it a big deal? I'm like, well, Ned Leeds is the Hobgoblin that I know of in the comics. So, like, and he's a white guy. So, like, I mean, him being friends and him being Chinese and him being overweight and... Okay, I guess. I mean, it's not... See, this is the weirdest thing. That's like saying we're going to have a movie with Jason Voorhees as a popular kid in school that doesn't put up the hockey mask. And it's like, would you accept that, though?
No,
like,
I wouldn't.
I'm saying completely different. Like, oh yeah, in this universe, yeah, she's Michelle, and they call her MJ because Mary Jane don't exist in this universe.
That's my thing. It's that notion of just because it's different doesn't mean it's good. But what I was trying to get at though was when he said, I forget what the line was, but he alluded to her being like pretty or something.
Yeah, and she
was like,
she did one of those social justice things.
Yes, she's like, oh, does that mean I have value now or something? As soon as she said that, I was like, oh!
I was so turned off in a millisecond. Like, my face like just got red on the top, and I think it's because of that scene.
At that moment, you don't know how much I wanted Mysterio to just show up and like gas her, and just take her out of the movie.
That's like, what immediately I'm like, oh God, do we need to go there with this?
And when I say that, I don't mean kill her. I just mean like, just illusion her out of the movie.
Get her out, go save her then.
I was just like, here we go. I was like, it's good. Here we go. It's in there already. And it was like, okay, whatever, fine. And then, I was kind of expecting a moment where she kind of did like the funny retort back to him, where she said like, "Oh, you look pretty too," or something like that. Whatever she said.
She did say that though.
I was kind of waiting for the Spider-Man remark where he kind of said the same thing she said, but in a funny
you don't fucking have a snappy comeback.
He's sitting there like, and I was like, oh.
Like Spider-Man, always did some wisecracking.
Yeah, I was like, the humor is gone. It's
not. There's nothing there.
It's not present in this Spider-Man.
There's no spider sense. There's no joking. It's literally like Agent Cody Banks, Saved by the Bell, Breakfast Club, every type of teenage thing you could think of, with 1% Spider-Man, I think.
But you notice that when the Russos write for this Spider-Man, he has the wisecracks. He has the
spider sense. Right.
He has the stuff that makes him like Spider-Man.
Right. I don't understand it.
Right? It's a very strange, paradox.
It's like I would rather the Spider-Man from the Avengers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's Spider-Man.
If you look at him in Civil War and Infinity War, in my opinion, to me, he's much different than he was in Homecoming.
Right, it's like an alternate reality Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like, we're seeing two different Spider-Man from two different universes.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand.
It's not like a huge difference, but there are noticeable things.
Well, there's noticeable things. Yeah, like he was knew what he was doing in Civil War, but yet he almost blew up the ferry in Homecoming. It's like, what the hell is that? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, when Nick, it's funny that you said that because I didn't think about that at the time. When Nick Fury darted Ned, his spider sense really should have gone off.
There's literally, in the Sony version of Spider-Man, there is literally no spider sense whatsoever.
It's really weird.
There is absolutely, I'm telling you right now, there is absolutely no spider sense whatsoever. But then when Marvel does it, and Thanos is coming, the hairs go on his thing, it's like he knows. So I'm like, how could something that's done by Sony be so wrong? I mean, they've been doing Spider-Man movies for so long.
Well, when you really think about it, really think about this, because this happens in real life, what I'm about to say, and it's really unfortunate, is that people break into people's houses all the time. And sometimes it doesn't go sometimes it goes very badly.
Right.
Like, imagine if that had just been some nut with a gun snuck into their hotel room thinking that he was going to steal some valuable.
Right. If that wasn't Nick Fury, and if that was some other guy, would have killed.
And he shot them both
in the fucking neck.
That's just wow. They killed Spider-Man.
Well, movie over. Movie's done. Never make it home. Right.
It's so, and maybe I'm not gonna go too much onto the spider sense thing because maybe they're gonna have him develop it in this movie. But it's been so inconsistent.
It's been developed in the friggin' Marvel movies, though.
It's so inconsistent, though, that it's just does he have it or not? I know that was a big thing where they said he has it, but clearly he doesn't, because
here's the thing, and I'm gonna make enemies with people on this cast, and I'm gonna tell you right now. I have read thousands of comics with Spider-Man in it. I think I pretty much know how the character's supposed to be since, I was very little. And you can use the bullshit excuse. It's a new universe. You're old. I'm young. I like it. You don't like it. You're negative. I'm not negative because one day I'm probably going to write for the book, or I'm going to attempt to anyway. But like, that's where is the wisecracking Spider-Man? Where is the inventor Spider-Man? The smart Spider-Man? I understand they're doing. Oh, I want to hang out with my friends. It's cool, man. It's like, all right, but don't you? You know what's not it? You know what's missing in this movie? With great power comes great responsibility, because he does not have that. There is no. I don't think there's anything in this universe that says I became Spider-Man, because I screwed up with Uncle Ben. I think in this universe, he doesn't have that. He just became Spider-Man, and it's cool. But there's no, with great power comes great responsibility. It's completely absent from this universe.
Well, on that point, right? And maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, someone in the comment section, please tell me, because I'm really interested. Is there any evidence that there is an Uncle Ben at all in this universe? Like, does he even exist?
Yes,
he does exist.
Yeah, he's using his suitcase in the
but there was
trailer.
There was a micro mention, like I guess, of it in something. But he does exist, but we have no idea. Like, I don't think that Peter Parker had like there was anything in this universe where he was going to be a wrestler and he kind of just let the burglar go by.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that whole thing ever happened.
Not in this universe.
I think something else happened with Uncle Ben. I'm going to be very honest with you.
I hope they didn't make it that he just left her or something.
Oh, could you imagine that? That they got divorced or something?
And he became like an effing villain and shit, and it's just like, oh my God.
Could you imagine that?
Because the famous thing that they try to do now is that men are evil type of thing. Like, for some reason, they try to, like, praise women so much that men are evil, and the companies are making themselves look like idiots, and they're kind of, like, going out of business. I just hope it's... You know what that kills me, though? The weirdest thing is that whenever they have movies like this with the social justice warriors and the nonsense, they don't work, right? They don't work.
No.
But then, now we go to... back and forth. We're going to go to the second major story of today. And that being that they took all the social justice warrior stuff and all the stuff that fans didn't like, they wrapped it up real nice, shined it up real nice, threw it in the garbage, and they're saying, we're bringing Ghostbusters back, the original Ghostbusters, sequel to 2. It's going to be Ghostbusters 3. All of them are in it. The universe does exist. And that universe does not exist.
Yes.
But this is the main universe. That's a shitty universe. Like, it's very hysterical how... Like, here's the thing. I liked Ghostbusters.
Also a Sony product. I just want to point that out.
Yes, this is the weirdest thing. I was always the biggest fan of Ghostbusters back in the day. Now, if you remember the first ever cast, when we heard about the girls taking over, the first ever cast, I was not happy with it. The first ever cast. Then we had the trail. I actually liked the movie. I said I really liked the movie, right? But I said I probably would rather had the original Ghostbusters back. Then I wouldn't have thought it that way. But I'm okay with the new Ghostbusters. But given a choice, like if you had a thing where you would rather have only one choice, if you'd rather have the original Ghostbusters or the new Ghostbusters, I would like the original Ghostbusters. If they could have did a joint thing, that would have been cool too, because I don't want to, So now the way they're doing it, that doesn't exist, period. It's garbage. It doesn't exist. I don't know what you want to count it as, but they said everything that happens in Ghostbusters except that. That didn't happen as a reboot. We don't know what that is. And Ivan Reitman's son is doing it. He's passing the torch to his son to direct it. And they want to have it in present day. They're going to film, here's the weirdest thing, right? That's a bold statement that in 6 months, you're going to film Ghostbusters 3. So here's the thing. When did this happen behind the scenes? That you actually got Bill Murray that you actually got Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson, Annie Potts, right? Like,
Yeah.
Like maybe the daughter of Egon, the actual daughter, like real life. Like how did this happen? Like, did this happen? Like, we didn't know about it? I mean, like,
they're saying that it was like the quote unquote a secret film that I guess they've been planning this for a while and they just haven't said anything, which maybe was the right way to do it.
Well, here's the thing. So in other words, was this because the backlash of Ghostbusters 2016, or was this always going to happen?
I have a funny feeling it's a little bit of both. I think that I think that finally we can, and this is just my opinion, I think we can finally say that 2016 movie did more damage to Sony than they were letting on.
Right.
Now that, and I truly believe this because I think they waited till now for a reason.
Right.
Because of how Venom did, they have more confidence in these.
But that's what I said too with Venom.
Yeah.
Venom changed everything.
I think that because of how well Venom did, whether you hated it or not, it did well.
Well.
In box office and, to the audience. Critically, it didn't do well, but everybody was like,
I love Venom. I love Venom.
And I haven't seen the whole thing yet. But everything I've seen, I've liked. So, I mean, I think because Venom did so well, and that Men in Black International trailer got pretty good praise.
Looks great.
They were like, you know what? Let's give them what they want.
Right.
And and also another thing too, Into the Spider-Verse.
Yes.
That's doing fantastic.
That looked, and when I first heard about it, me how it was. I was pissed. I'm like, 8 months from now, I was like, oh, this sucks. But like the way it looks so great. I just haven't had time to see it. But
right. So I honestly think that, I don't want to say this right now because maybe it's a bit too early, but maybe Sony's finally turning it around. And
so that's the thing that bothers me. Here's the thing. That's great, but why don't you fix Spider-Man though? Are you going to do the same years from now? Like,
at this point, with that, their hands are kind of tied because they have to do this with Marvel. And I'm sure that Marvel has their specific.
But is it really Marvel's reasoning that Sony's version of it is like so different? I don't think so.
Well, this is the thing though. Despite what we say and what we think, Homecoming did very well.
It did do well.
So they don't have any.
Not as well as like Sam Raimi.
No, but it did very well though, and a lot of people think that he's the best on-screen Spider-Man that we've had.
Right.
So,
I don't have anything. I love Tom Holland.
I like Tom Holland a lot.
That's not the question.
When he's not in his own solo films, I like him a lot. But
that's not the question about him being Spider-Man. He could be Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's not him. My issue is with the writing of how they do this character in these movies. But so what I'm trying to say is that Homecoming did so well that in their eyes, there's no incentive to change anything because it worked.
Right.
So they're just going to keep doing the same thing.
So we're going to get 4 movies like this.
Exactly. And if they all do well, what we say doesn't matter because we're the
we're minority, whatever.
But
right. Look, again with the Spider-Man trailer, I'm torn because I love Mysterio. And yes, of course, Spider-Man's my favorite, but I'm kind of seeing my Spider-Man not be Spider-Man, and it's weird for me. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird for me because, and I'm not a hater. I'm not a villain. I'm not a person that's bad-mouthing, bashing, whatever. I have to say what's in my heart, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, does he have spider sense? No. Great power comes great responsibility. Not there. Uncle Ben, all right, they named his briefcase Ben Parker briefcase. That's nice, but is he wisecracking? I didn't see it yet. Where's Mary Jane? She's not there. Some lady that's not Mary Jane. It's like, so now we can just call anybody Mary Jane now?
It would be great.
I mean, is that what we do now? We could just anything. Maybe we can name it a dog Mary Jane.
But you know what? What would be fantastic? I would forgive Marvel for everything I disliked if they did this. They're not going to. They're never going to do this.
They
but
probably
if they
won't.
did, If that Mary Jane turned out to be a Skrull,
Oh shit!
and the real
Oh,
one was
yeah.
out there, I would mark out
Holy
Oh.
theater
shit!
if they did that. That
You
would
imagine?
be fantastic.
They fucking did that, and she modeled the MJ after the Mary Jane that was actually kidnapped. That looks
Yes.
completely different. Holy shit, that would have been the greatest thing ever. That's like what they did with Fantastic Four, where he married Alyssa Masters
Yeah.
and Johnny Storm, which she used to go out with the Thing, and they were married and everything. And then he found out she was a fucking Skrull. It was like, oh shit, and a superhero, well, superpowered Skrull, no less too. Like, it was like, what?
Yeah, it'd be great too because they could reveal it in like the next whatever the next big crossover is. Like Captain Marvel shows up and she just obliterates her, and she's
What, like,
like,
yeah.
what the fuck? It's like, oh,
Well,
she was a Skrull.
they got it in the Marvel comics are coming out. They have a whole family that's in the Marvel universe, and they go to our schools, and they're Skrulls, and they're planning like the invasion for like that. They're trying to do this shit in the comics now. Like they're here, they're planning shit. Like it's like what? This is crazy.
That'd be great. I would be so happy if
She
they
fucking croaks and it's not really Mary Jane, and that would be great. Yeah. And the Spider Sense wouldn't work, but to stop Captain Marvel blast or either that.
Well, you know what'd be funny too is if they explain that his spider sense doesn't work because she's around and it screws up with it, like it screws his head up or something.
Yeah.
See?
You know what's gonna be a fucking after credit scene? They're gonna have an after credit scene where MJ is gonna be visiting her father in prison, and he's like, "What's that around your hands?" It's a promise ring. And I'd be like, "What? Who's the boyfriend?" Peter. And then he's like, "I gotta go." Then he makes a phone call. Yeah, he's like, "Otto, let's get the six together." Like, oh shit!
Yeah, right?
Oh shit! Like, whatever. That would have been like crazy, crazy stuff. That's the after credit scene, people. Sinister Six are formed because Peter Parker dates.
I have a funny feeling that Michael Keaton is going to show up in the after credit scene.
That's what I just said. Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Has to be.
I think you're right. I think he's going to show up.
Has to be. He'll be in the end. There'll still be a couple of after credit scenes. That will be one of them.
Wait. No, you said her father, right? Her
father is the Vulture.
No, wasn't he the father of the other one that he went out with?
No, that's the Vulture. Her father, Michelle's father, is Vulture.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, I must.
Oh no! Wait, no.
He was the one that she.
No, I'm sorry. It was the other one, right?
Yeah.
But wait, that was lit. Wait a minute.
I haven't seen this movie since the theater, so
yeah. You know what? No, you know what? That was Liz. That was Liz.
Yeah.
Liz Allen. But wait, he's with the mother. I don't know. In this universe, that's weird. Right.
Okay. It was the other one because she had to move away at the end. Remember?
Liz Allen. Yeah, but I'm trying to think, like, why is her name not Toombs? She kept the mother's name, right? I don't know, whatever.
I think so.
Okay. That's right. I forgot about that shitty relationship. That's right. Excuse me, I don't like Homecoming. I'm sorry. It was bad to me. Yeah.
All I know is that he didn't have his spider sense, and yeah.
Spider sense makes no sense.
And he was afraid of heights. I'll never forget
that.
Well,
I got to tell you, I was playing the game, and Peter Parker's talking about, like, when he's looking over stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm afraid of heights." Yeah. And I'm like, what? Like, no. See, here's the thing that bothers me, right? And look, it's a video game, okay? So I don't expect the writers to be like Shakespeare. Like, I don't even, but like, first of all, how could you write, if you don't know it yourself, right? How could you write that someone's afraid of heights if you have no experience about someone's afraid of heights? If someone's afraid of heights, they are not going to web swing throughout the city no matter what. because they're afraid of heights. Like, it's established in the books that when he lost his spider powers and spider sense, that when he forgot and tried to web swing home, oh my God, I'm so scared of heights, because he doesn't have the spider sense that kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the spider sense makes it where he can just do that stuff, right? Otherwise, he can't really do that stuff. So, like, you don't make it like you're afraid of something, but you can conquer your bullshit. If you're afraid of heights, you're afraid of heights. You ain't doing that stuff. It doesn't. It's a paradox. You can't. And they're trying to do PC culture, like, oh, you're afraid of heights, but he's such a hero because he conquers that fear of heights. No, that's no such thing. There's no such thing with that. No. Don't tell me that. Can't be constantly complaining that he's afraid of heights and yet he's web swinging every minute of the day. That's impossible.
It would really be like if like Batman was afraid of the dark.
That's
like,
ridiculous.
It would be like, what the hell?
But I do it because I need a bat cave. It's like, come on. Like, really? You know, it's like, come on.
I mean, at least the fear of bats thing plays into like his persona, but like,
right.
The being afraid of heights. When I gotta tell you, man, when I first heard that, I thought I was having like a stroke or something. I was like, did he just say he's too high?
You had to see the feeling, like my face was pure dread in the theater when he said that. I looked like I was gonna, like, I turned completely white, like completely like loose leaf white. My mouth was like this, like, I could not believe. That's like him saying, hey, I just want to let everybody know that I'm really African American. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, wait, what? What are you saying? Like, you're saying you're afraid of heights. I'm like, what?
I thought the comment about like the Washington Monument was bad, but when he said that, I was just like, it was at that moment that I knew. I was just like, this movie sucks. Like, this is one of the worst Marvel movies I've seen. Like,
but you know what's weird? You know what's weird though? And then I'm looking at Nick Fury, right? And I'm like, damn, he looks good. Like, no, wait, he looks better than he's did in any movie, period. Nick Fury. Like, he hit the gym, he lost weight, he looks like, he doesn't even have the computer generated thing to look young, and he looks younger.
Yeah.
Yo, he looks even more badass. What the fuck happened? Like, not that he's not a badass, but I was just like, why is he looking like a different Nick Fury, you know? It's like, don't tell me this is another universe.
Maybe when they undusted him, they didn't put the dust back together properly.
Well, I guess Thanos wiped out Ghostbusters 2016, right? Oh, shit. And then, you know, that's what kills me, right? Because people don't understand, like, I did like Ghostbusters 2016. Like, I wasn't, and I got hate for liking something, but I get hate when not liking something. But I never said I liked it better than the original Ghostbusters, you know? But, like, it's just so funny to me that they're able to reverse it, like, as a company, and kind of make it like that one sucked. When they were trying to push it that this one was better. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's the weirdest shit I've ever seen. Like, so I don't know. I mean, and in the comics, it does well, I guess. You know, it's weird. But, so yeah, we get Spider-Man Far From Home. And we get Ghostbusters 3, which is literally Ghostbusters 3. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
And I'm super completely 100% happy with Ghostbusters 3. And I'm like 50-50 with Far From Home.
I got to say, I definitely liked the trailer, though. I
did.
It was a good trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I did? Because it's like, you know what, I guess the kids are starting to grow on me. I'm like, oh, they're cool, but I mean, trying to think of it like I got Billy in my head, but it's another universe. It's cool, man. Live like love. And I'm like, Billy, boy, I'm like, shut up. No, like, but, and he was saying shit to me, too. Like, he's like, it's great, man. It's awesome. Love it. It's great. And it's like, and I'm just like, no, God, I'm not saying anything. Chris, I said, Chris, I answered Chris back with Spider-Man Homecoming fucking stickers, right, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like Spider-Man just like ignoring the question with the music, like, yeah, I guess it's there, right? And then what I do, like, meh, yeah. And then I saw Kevin Smith's reaction to it. And I was like, I'm like him with the Mysterio thing. I'm going nuts. But he's all for it, like, nothing wrong with it, which is,
well, when I saw the, water guy and the rock guy,
yeah, I'm like,
the flaming skeleton, I was like, oh.
Right. Oh, yeah, we couldn't use the hundreds of rogue galleries for Spider-Man, so we have to use the last 100 or something, like Hydra Man, Molten Man, what is it, Sandman? Maybe Sandman?
I think that's the Sandman. I think it's just some
Sandman's not in it.
Guy.
Like, here's the thing. Like, you want to do a Spider-Man movie, right? Does anybody say, wouldn't it be cool that Spider-Man fought water?
Well,
in a second movie? Not really. I'm sorry, but not really. Mysterio, yes. Scorpion, yes. Ryan, oh my God. But Hydra Man. That's like, all right, I guess. That's like if Spider-Man made 25 movies and they needed to do a 26 and then you put Hydra Man in it because you put like everybody else in it. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, okay. So, when we talked about that the other day, Chris, that's where I get the 26 from, because in the comics, Spider-Man was always 26, I believe, most of the time. And then they just recently made him 27, I guess. But they won't go near that 30, like, period.
Spider-Man midlife crisis.
No, they can't have that. No. No, he's got to be in his 20s till, like, he'll go from 27 to 28, and it will take 30 years odds on from now. I'll be in diapers by the time he's 28, I guess.
We'll still be here.
Yeah, we'll still be here. I know. All right, clock is ticking down. Congratulations, Aquaman. Over $1 billion still. Bumblebee's doing better, I guess. Not much better, but a little better, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Overseas, it's doing kind of well.
Mary Poppins 3, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see Mary Poppins 2, but okay. It's like, all right. Aquaman 2, that's great. What else do we have today? Anything else?
Not that I know of.
Spider-Man and Ghostbusters, the whole thing today.
Mm-hmm.
That was the whole thing. 2 of the biggest stories today. That's amazing, though. I did like the trailer, though, Far From Home, though. I did. A lot better than Homecoming, but, I'm a little worried. But, of course, we'll see. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sally. Take care. Bye for now.